everyone, my name is Vina, aka Miss WC Reader, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to my March TBR video. So March is just another month where I don't quite know what my month is gonna look like. So I'm still on the job hunt, which is a bit frustrating right now just because so many people are on the job hunt that it's kind of like hard to find a job and hear callbacks because so many people are applying, and just it is very interesting, like, trying to balance things when you don't have a job, because, like, I don't know if, like, one day I'm going to get called in for an interview or if I'm going to be starting a job, so I don't want to put too much on my plate, but at the same time I'm trying to get things done. And some days I just don't have the motivation to do things, okay? Like, I felt like I was getting more done when I had a full-time job just because I had to keep myself on a tight schedule. Now, 'cause at home, like, I have to make sure that I get motivated to do things that I need to do. But there are a few books that I was really interested in, so I wanted to make sure that I put them on this month's TBR. First one on this month's TBR is Warrior of the Wind by Sui Davies Akamboa, and this was a carryover from the month of February. I realized with a few days left of February that I was not going to be able to get to this because it's a thick one. And I wanted to make sure that I was taking my time reading it, because I took my time reading the first one and I really did enjoy that one. So I'm going to go ahead and read this one and see where things go. So next, I received this one courtesy of Candlewick, which is an independent publisher which has been doing some great things in Kidlit. They are truly backing their mission for diversity with some great offerings, and they sent me this one. I've never read these authors before, and it's a middle grade graphic novel called Blue Stars, The Vice Principal Problem. So it says, when cousins Riley Halfmoon and Maya Dawn move to Urbanapolis to live with their activist grandma, they get off to a rocky start. Outgoing Riley misses her Muskogee cousins, but is sure that she and Maya will be instant BFFs. Meanwhile, introvert Maya misses her parents, who are on active duty in Japan, and just wants space to herself. At school, Maya joins robotics club, and Riley bonds with fellow gymnasts. But just as they start to feel at home, the school is threatened by an influential foe in disguise. Will the two very different cousins be able to join forces to save the day? So it sounds kind of like action hero-y. I heard some things in that blurb I like the parents on active duty, because that is something I have been looking for more rep for in books. Like, I don't have military parents, but I know so many people who do, and it's something that I talked about with author Dream Miller recently, because she featured it in her graphic novel, and we were talking about, you don't really see a lot in books, but so many kids are going through that army brat experience. So I was definitely curious about that when I read hers, and I'll be interested in how they portrayed in this one as well. And just, it sounds really cool. Like, also the living with their grandma for a little bit part, because I know so many people who grew up being raised by their grandma, and that's also not really portrayed too much in books. Like the people I know who didn't grow up seeing that type of relationship in books, so it's cool that kids are going to be able to see a little bit more of that. Next, I have Manila in Manhattan. This was gifted to me by Harlequin. This is a part of their new Afterglow imprint, and I hadn't read anything by this author before, but I heard good things about this book, so I was glad that they offered me a copy. And it is about a producer and an actress who are working on a movie together in New York, and they are both Filipino. I did want to read more Asian romances because I've kind of gotten away from that lately, and I have so many of them sitting on my shelf, so this is going to be a great start. I also have Ex Marginalia. This is a collection of essays by various authors of color within the speculative fiction space. There were a couple of authors that I've read little things by, or just like have read interviews by, and I was interested in what they had to say here as far as their experience navigating the space. And I know Suey Davies is featured in here. I'm very interested in his essay in this collection. And I gave a copy to Shay, so she should be reading it during the month of March too, and I'll be discussing what I take from it because I have been reading like more craft books and stuff, and it's been giving me like some interesting insights and just some different ways of looking at my own writing. I have another Harlequin gifted book. This is Frenemy Fix Up by Yara St. John, and I've read Yara St. John before now. Granted, the last two books that I read I didn't necessarily like, but this is this is actually the third book in a series that I haven't read yet. I mean, it's Harlequin, so you don't have to like read the books in order to be able to follow along. They no longer have their Desire line, but this is a continuation of her series from the Desire line. And the black people doing yoga on the cover intrigued me. I'm always looking for black romance, and I love me some Harlequin books because they're just shorter and comforting, so I had to pick this one up. Last but not least, I have Lore of the Wilds, and it's by Annalise Sabrana. This was gifted to me by Harper Voyager. I don't know a whole lot about this other than Enchanted Library and Black Fae. I have heard a lot of mixed things about this one. People are saying it's very YA-ish, which was a little disappointing because I haven't been getting along with like a lot of the more YA-ish stuff that Harper Voyager has been publishing lately. Hopefully this one keeps my attention. I find like that YA-ish, NA-ish stuff just like it doesn't work for me like when I go in expecting like an adult book, because sometimes like it's just kind of like an okay fantasy instead of a great fantasy, and sometimes the characters act like way too mature for the age that they way too immature for the age that they're supposed to be. So I don't know what to expect anymore when I'm going into this one, and hopefully it is a fun time though. Like, I'm looking for a fun fae book and I have yet to find one. That is everything that I plan on reading for the month. Let me know if any of these books sound interesting to you, and I will have everything linked in the description box so you can check out the full synopsises and see if you want to buy them. Links are affiliate links, so if you are thinking of making a purchase from Amazon, I would really appreciate it if you use my link. And thanks so much for watching as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!